People often think of movies or plays when talking about imagined scenarios, but in the business world, scenario management is used to inform and prepare strategies which take into consideration a number of variables to cope with uncertain economic conditions. Therefore, scenarios commonly refer to future forecast reports that contain countermeasures that are appropriate for various situations that may arise in the future. So is the scenario only necessary for large economic units, such as countries, industries, and corporations? It is not just countries or the businesses that are facing uncertainty due to the coronavirus. The economic recession is threatening the livelihoods of individuals and of many self-employed and small business owners who have been forced to close their businesses because of the social distancing policy. I've met many small and large business owners, but only a very few of them have told me that they were having a coronavirus-induced business boom. When companies struggle, it naturally affects the domestic economy in turn. What's more, uncertainty is growing even worse. Nobody can tell if the economy will get better or worse in the aftermath of coronavirus, how long the pandemic will last, and when the economy will start to rebound. If scenario modeling is necessary in order to deal with an uncertain future, perhaps individuals like us need scenarios more than countries and corporations do. An exercise in making your dreams come true. We are living in a time when drafting your life scenario is a necessity. To respond sensitively to unpredictable changes, we must look ahead, take action, and whenever necessary, modify our plans. And we must keep repeating this process over and over again. That is why I think that a reboot scenario is what we as individuals need most. Companies rich with resources are spending a lot of money to bring brains together at their affiliated economic or strategic research institutes to write scenarios and put together action strategies. But what about individuals who don't have access to the collective brain power of experts? They must mobilize all their time and resources to write their own scenarios. To be brutally honest, there is nobody who genuinely cares about you except yourself. When hit by a crisis, you are on your own to confront and overcome the problem. What you need to write is a reboot scenario that will save your life. A scenario is a workbook where you practice how to make your dreams come true. That's what you've been doing all your life. You just need to write down what you need to do and use that scenario to reach your goals. Let me briefly introduce you to the 3 stages of writing a reboot scenario, a process that I've been following and modifying repeatedly for the past several months. The first stage in writing a reboot scenario is analyzing the changes happening to you and the world post-coronavirus. Imagine that the world is your stage, and you have often been the leading character in plays. You are still playing the leading role, but this time the stage has changed. To continue to be the leading character, you must carry yourself differently, walking confidently onto the new stage. To do this, you will have to look at the stage setting and note what has changed, what has remained the same, and what you need to keep as is, add to, or dispose of entirely. The second step involves writing a brief synopsis of your scenario by applying 4 reboot formulas to your dreams. If a scenario refers to a full-length script, a synopsis is a summary of its plotline. You may need to consider a few different factors or pathways to the successful scenario. With strong analysis and constant creative brainstorming about how things might be different in the wake of the coronavirus, you can create the right scenario for yourself. If you're worried about finding the right scenario, just start writing. Start with a 10-line synopsis about the future you want. As long as you keep writing, specific solutions will gradually start to reveal themselves. The final stage is to map out a to-do list of all the tasks that you'll need to complete in order to achieve your new scenario. The best, most useful scenario will result from specific lists. You need to plan concrete actions to take in order to ensure that you're moving in the right direction. A scenario is not a fixed work schedule. It is a dynamically changing design. Instead of following a scenario that someone else has written for you, you, as the main character, write and rewrite your scenario every day to ensure that you fit into the changing world. While writing a scenario that is only for you, you will learn how to reboot yourself into a competent person.